Hi everyone, it's a new week and I have a new project for you. So, for this week, I will turn over this cute coffee table. It's in a pretty good shape, but it looks a little bit outdated and I want to make it modern. So, to strip down this finish, I will use this chemical stripper. You can go to your local hardware store and just look for something. I use a gel formula one because it's not so runny and not so messy, and I also use a very cheap brush for this stuff. One thing to mention every time I'm working with the chemical stripper, guys, is just follow the instruction on the cane, and also work in a very good ventilated area. Wear a respirator if you have one, because this stuff is very stinky and you can get some headaches. I think I removed about 3 or 4 coats of top coat with the stripper, and I wasn't able to get down to the veneer, and at some point I thought this is not veneer, this is laminate, because it was looking very weird. So after I was done with the stripper, I put some denaturated alcohol on top and I rubbed it with a scrubby pad. My next step was to sand this down. I started with some 80 grit sandpaper, but I was very careful because I wasn't sure about the finish I was dealing with. Okay guys, it is veneer. No idea what kind of veneer is this, but I need to be very careful because I'm afraid this stuff is very thin. So let's keep sanding. Okay, so I'm done with the sanding. I dusted away all the dust and now I'm just cleaning all the remain with the wet rag. And one tip for me, guys, if you wanna know how will your sanded top look with a top coat, just this is the way. When it's a little bit wet, this is the way it will look, the color it will have after you will put a clear top coat on it. So I actually really like how this one looks, and I will leave it like this. Okay, so now I'm done with the sanding and it's time to clean this piece. And as I told you, this piece has also this little drawer. Oops, found something. Sometimes I find very interesting things in the furniture. This is a party invitation from 2016. So I will clean everything, I will rinse, let it dry, and then we will be ready for the next step. Okay, so I will start by applying protection on the top. I'm using Getter Hide by Dixie Belle. This is a very durable product, so I recommend to use it for tabletops or even dresser tops. You can use it on all on the entire piece. So I will give it a good stir. I'm not shaking it because you will get some air bubbles, and this is the last thing you want with a top coat. Now I will pour a little bit in this plastic plate. That should be enough. Okay, I will damp a little bit this blue sponge. This is also by Dixie Belle. It doesn't have to be wet, just a little bit damp. And I will take a little bit on my sponge and I will remove the excess. This product has a lot of other top coats, liquid top coats. I mean, don't like to be overworked, so don't worry if you miss a spot. You will cover this with your next coat, and try to do your lines as straight as you can. I will apply 3 coats of this, maybe 4, just because this is a coffee table and people will put stuff on it, so it needs a very good protection. I chose to paint this table in the color black by Lignocolor. This is a chalk mineral paint style, and I really like this color. It's my favorite black. So as you can see here, I'm painting the lip around the top, and the reason why I top coated the top before I started painting is in case you get any paint on your sanded top, it will be very hard to remove it, but once it is top coated you can remove it just with a wet towel. I also applied the paint on the entire piece with my Zebra Palm Pro brush, using long straight strokes, and I applied a total amount of 2 coats for a full coverage. Okay, so my paint is nice and dry, and now it's time to apply some protection. I will use my clear wax by Rust-Oleum. If you follow me along, you know this is my favorite wax, and I will apply it everywhere on my piece. You need to make sure that you have wax everywhere, and then I will let it sit for a couple of minutes, and I will wipe away the excess. And now I will wipe the excess away with a darker microfiber cloth. My recommendation would be to always use a darker cloth for darker colors, because even though microfiber cloth are pretty much lint-free, you may never know, and the darker surface finishes, they are like more demanding, if I can say like this. So it's just better to play safe and use a darker cloth. So now, as I told you before, top coating a black color or dark color can be pretty tricky, and it doesn't matter if you use a liquid top coat or you use wax. So because I want to get that perfect and saturated black, for my second coat of top coating, I will mix a little bit of clear wax with some black wax, and I will top coat my piece with this mix. So I will mix them in a separate container, because I don't want to contaminate my clear wax with the black wax. And yes, I am mixing together 2 different brands. So the black wax is by Annie Sloan, and the clear wax is by Rust-Oleum. I did this before and it worked perfectly, so no worries. I will just mix this. It doesn't have to be like a perfect mix, and if I will need more, I will this should be enough, but if I will need more, I will mix more a little bit later. And for this part I will wear gloves. By the way, it is recommended to wear gloves all the time, especially when you work with waxes, but I hate gloves, but from time to time I wear them. So one more tip for you is try to not contaminate your clear wax brush with some colored waxes. You don't want this. It's always better to have separate brushes for separate waxes. And now I will just wipe away the excess. And you can already see how nice, let me bring this closer, how nice and saturated this black looks. And they are done. This was a pretty easy and quick makeover. As you can see, it's a beautiful transformation. So guys, if you like it, please give me some thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.